Good morning, everybody. Today is not as nice a morning as some of the others. It's another Friday ride, so I get to hang out with the cool gamers at work. It's the Cruel Friday crew. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I like all the people I work with, but like Friday crew, the best. Let's go. We are headed into work. It rained a bunch this morning early, so the roads are dry enough now, and it's not, there's like a tiny chance of rain the rest of the day, like 30% or so. So I just figured, fuck it. It's my Friday, you know, I got the weekend off. I'm gonna have a great weekend. I'm gonna do some golfing. I'm gonna do some shopping. The golfing I don't really care for because I'm terrible at golfing. I never golfed before. But I'm gonna just, you know, whack some balls and drink some beers, whatever. Sounds like going out to the pub. You hit some balls and drink some beer. No further context added. So we're gonna go do that. I'd like to, the day before when I'm shopping, I plan to look for like a cheap, shitty golf club so that I have one that I can absolutely send it with. Oh, I know what's wrong with it. I ain't got no gas in it. That was dumb. But I want to buy a cheap, shitty golf club and a bunch of really shitty golf balls, like thrift store golf balls. You know, they come in like a fucking egg container. And I'm just gonna absolutely send it. I don't care where those balls end up. If they get even close to the hole, I will be happy. Or the green. Hell, if they're on the fairway, I'll be happy. The last time I golfed was mini golf, and before that was Wii golf. I've never actually gone golfing on a full course in my life because I'm not a golfer. I think I talked about this in one of the other videos about how I think it's a waste of water type sport, especially in the dry areas where they, you know, places like Arizona where they spend millions and hundreds of thousands of gallons of water to keep a fucking golf course green. Like, at least in Canada, I get it, you know, it's not that. We got enough green to water to make it pretty green without needing to water it every day. Whereas down there, they're constantly pumping water onto those damn golf courses. For what? So that the people that can afford it can enjoy a lush greenery day? I don't know. Seems like an awful waste of water for a state that's low on water. It's alright, you can drain the Colorado River as long as you got some bang up fucking golf courses, right? Whatever, that's where I'll end that conversation. I don't want to get political about golf courses and water consumption. Other than that, I went to Long Point yesterday. That was so cool. Just drove there in the car. My dad was up there for a week, so we just went up for the day to visit on his campsite and, you know, have a meal and swim a bunch. And get super fucking sunburned. Well, not super sunburned. I was coated in like 3 layers of fucking sunblock, and I still look a little bit like a lobster, which you'll see when the mask is up. I guess you might have seen it earlier. No, I probably won't clip that footage, so. You see? I'm pretty red. I hope you can see that on the 360 cam. You can tell that I'm very red. But yeah. Got a little tan. Swam a bunch. It kicked my ass. Then I showed up late for D&D. I am so sorry to all of my players. As I've established before, I'm the DM. So if I'm showing up late, I'm kind of an asshole. But to my defense, I tried to, at 4 o'clock, so I had originally planned 6:30. At 4 o'clock, I tried to send a message saying it's going to be closer to, it's going to be 7:30. I had no connection at Long Point, nothing at all. So, like, I had 3G, but it wouldn't, like, work. It's like every couple hours, it would maybe let me receive a text message and send a text message, but it really was not working well. So I had a lot of trouble with that, and then the message sent when I got home, which is like, great. At that point, it was already after 7:30. And now I was telling them, hey guys, I'm going to aim for 7:30. And it's... There I was, 8 o'clock, just getting home. Whoopsies. That's my bad, so I feel bad to my players. However, I did get a good session in. Made them kill each other. I think that's Todd. That was totally Todd. Guy I used to work with years ago when I worked at a deck and fence company. He does the deliveries for them, so I say hey. Todd's a good dude. Oh. There we go. My eyebrow was itchy. I was saying something and I've completely lost where I was. See, I know I discussed my tangents in a previous ride, but like, there it is. I tangent about Todd when I see him, and now I'm gone. No idea what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone. It's gone. Something about Long Point, I think. Oh yeah, D&D. I got there in the end, guys. I got there in the end. You were probably screaming at the fucking screen the whole time. D&D. We had a good time. I made the party fight each other, which was fun. I realized they're a little more OP than I thought. They kind of one-turned each other. It was not a long combat. The people that got the sneak attack in kind of, yeah, they kind of beat the shit out of their ass. It's a little nuts. It's the only time I've ever seen them roll good. Riley's build is a crit build, and he rolled 2 crits in the same turn for huge damage. Basically two-shotting Blake, which I was just not expecting him to double crit. Kind of fucking nasty, because he's got crits on 19s as well. So he rolled a 19 and a 20, and it was just like, oof. That was a yikes for Blake. But then, to be fair, he did get his head blown off by Alicia, my wife. So, you know, it was a good bit. I had some fun. I've got a lot of story beats in my mind right now, and I even wrote something down. At the end of the combat encounter, I wrote something down on the D&D spreadsheet at the very top, or the D&D doc that I use to tell my story. I wrote it down on the very top in all caps, and oh my god, it's going to bite them in the ass so hard later. But I'm not going to give any spoilers, even though most of you have no idea about the D&D. My friends who are playing the D&D with me do occasionally watch these videos, so they don't get to find out spoilers. No spoilers for you. However, Anthony, if you're watching this one, send me a message on Discord right this moment that you see this part, or Vaughn, either of you, and just send me a message on Discord saying avocado sauce. That was something to do with the campaign last night, so it'll remind me that I wanted to tell both of you about the spoiler that they don't know now. So both of you, one of you, if you get a message, or if you're watching this video, message me avocado sauce. Which avocado sauce would be just what? Like, guac? Would that be avocado sauce? I guess, right? Like, there's no just like, you know, ketchup equivalent to avocado or something, right? Like, there's no just avocados type sauce. I mean, ketchup is obviously a lot more than just tomatoes, but like, I don't actually know what's in guac. It's mostly avocado, right? I'm guessing that guac would be avocado sauce, because if I'm bee sauce, which is honey, but that really is just honey, so I think I'm going to stick with avocado sauce as guac. So I think we need now somebody as a part of the sauce cult to change their name to avocado sauce. Oh, look. Damn cobra chickens. Those bastards. I'm worried one of these days I'm gonna get fucking chased down by a cobra chicken on my bike. I'll just fucking thunder cunt that bitch across the road. Apologies to my mother, who I know is gonna be listening to this and does not like that word, but I like the term thunder cunt, to absolutely kick something as far and as hard as you can, or to throw something as far and as hard as you can. I just love it. I think it's hilarious. It's such a fun descriptive word. In so few syllables, you get such a massive point across. But yeah, I'd like to do that to one of those damn cobra chickens. They are just evil little beggars that are bloody protected by our government. A little bit like Quebec. Sorry to all my Frenchies. I'm kidding. I like my French friends. For God's sake, they're the ones who know 2 languages, chances are, and can speak to me and make fun of me behind my back. Oh, well, I'm sitting there like, parlez-vous, sprechen Sie English? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, please talk to me in English. When I went to Montreal, that was like, I felt so bad, because I was prepped. I was like, I can say thank you, I can say, like, credit, I can say all that, like, I can figure out in French, I'll be fine. Like, I remember enough from high school French class. I got there, they said, like, the first 3 seconds to me at the, fucking cashier, like, the cashier the first time was just like, and I just looked at her, was like, pardon? And then she just repeated the same thing back to me in English, and I was like, oh, I feel like such an asshole. So then, for the rest of the time there, in order to prevent that awkward moment where they speak to me in French and then I look at them like I'm a fucking, well, like I am, completely brain dead in language for anything other than English. So I just like look at them and go, ooh. So I changed up my tactic where as soon as I walked up to the cashier, I would go, hi, how are you? In English. Then they didn't have the awkward moment. I didn't have the awkward moment. And we either started off on English, or she knew they knew I wasn't gonna understand them in French, so we could, point and gesture to things until we get our way there. Because I've had to help plenty of people, working in retail, who don't speak my language, and I get it, because I'm brain dead. I don't speak any other language, so I'm always very forgiving, because I don't speak any other language. I can't judge. So I always try to strive on being forgiving, obviously, and as helpful as I can instead of just giving up because I can't speak to them. I've used Google Translate in the app over the counter. I've sold stuff that way. I've pointed at things and sort of just gotten keywords through, and it's like, oh yes, okay, that, okay, yep, certain words can get through. So I just tried to do the same thing when I don't speak French and I go to Quebec. So apologies to all my Quebec friends out there, which there'll be none of you because I don't think any of them want to watch a stupid bitch on her motorcycle in Ontario making fun of French people. I don't think that that's widely appealing in Quebec. I just had a thought. I have no idea if I have to take the special way to get around. Shoot. I don't think I can risk the getting stuck at that way because I don't know my way around it. So I'm going to have to go straight. I'm going to have to avoid Weber. Yeah. Because last time I rode, which was Monday, we got cut off at Weber, but there's a chance that they're done. Do I take the gamble? Yeah, I'm a gambling woman. Let's do it. There we go. So that worked. Well, let's find out, because it's going to suck if it's closed, but if there's no cop, I might just sneak through it on the sidewalk or something. I don't really care. That was what was the problem on Monday. There was a police officer there, so I couldn't, slide my way through parking lots or something, because, I can do that, I can find my way through without being a nuisance to the construction workers, because I'm small. I feel bad for the construction workers. I know it's a pain in the ass to block a road off on people. Because you get stink eye from assholes, and you get, of course. It's no good. My brother is a volunteer firefighter, and when he has to, block the road, you get so many, nosy and, what's going on here? And, hey, can I go around? Let me go around. Let me go through. Hey, I want to go through. I just live right down the road. Come on, don't make me go around. It's fine. I just live right there. Just let me through. Come on, just me. Let me through. Come on, it's fine. You can make an exception. Why not? Why not make an exception for me? Do you get the point? I don't want to be that bitch. I'm not going to be a Karen. Especially not to some fucking construction workers. The only thing I reserve my Karen energy for is when there's a mega bitch in the retail store who needs a bit of a taste of her own medicine. Their own medicine, I should say, because Karen transcends genders. If you're a cunt, a Karen, an asshole, demanding, it transcends gender. I just feel bad for all the people named Karen who are not that stereotype. I work with one. She's fantastic. She's very nice. I feel bad for her that her name has been claimed as the term for bitchy customers, especially as someone who works in retail and gets bitched out. What are you going to do? You got to complain about them with your coworkers and use your own name to complain. Yeah, they were such a Karen. It's so am I. It's my name. That must be awkward. Hard to complain. Must use a different word. Just say they're a bitch. What would the pre-internet Karen term, other than just calling someone a bitch, what do you call, someone who's demanding and nasty to retail workers for no reason? I think it's just a bitch, what other term do you use for them? Oh, now we got Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Good vibrations. I like that Corolla Cross a lot. That's a good looking vehicle. And that color too. Whew. I don't think the Corolla Cross would pull enough for me though. I was talking with my dad yesterday while I was down on Long Point about vehicles. We were talking about 4Runners and FJ Cruisers and how I can actually get an FJ Cruiser in manual because I'd like a manual. And he was talking to me about his Subaru, and apparently I didn't realize the model he has, the 2015 Outback with the manual transmission. I don't know if that was a trim level that affected the towing capacity, but he told me it actually only pulls 2,000 pounds when I thought the Outback was supposed to do 2,700. Okay, now the Corolla Cross is a little too slow. What's going on here? I'm in second gear. Let's get a move on, bud. Oh, it's not the Corolla Cross, it's whoever's in front of him. That Corolla Cross is a good-looking vehicle, though. Damn. Huh. I like it. Good song. I love No Below. Banger. Make your turn, Corolla. I'm giving you lots of space. Yes, thank you. And then a RAV4, the slightly larger. The RAV4 also doesn't have enough towing capacity. I think it's only 1,500 pounds unless you get a higher trim. Problem is, I need to look at used, so finding a higher trim level to get higher haulage is annoying, it's harder to search for a specific trim than to just search for a model that I know will meet my minimum requirements. It's better to just search for an FJ Cruiser and find one I can afford instead of trying to search for a RAV4 specific trim level so it'll haul 3,500 pounds. Or it's find a specific wilderness trim Subaru so it'll haul 3,500 pounds. I need something that'll do what my minimum at its base trim. If I found one that was everything was right, price and everything, that was a higher trim that did it, I would obviously, look at that. But I need something easier to look for. That's the hardest thing, right? Because I need to have competition and shit. Also, I guess it's open here because, yeah, we're cruising right through, gamers. Oh, beautiful new road surface. Wow. Wow, that was great. So yeah, trim levels, annoying to search for. I don't know what kind of trim level we'll likely end up with. No, I'm going through that. Anyway, I think that's pretty much where I'll leave it. I had to open my visor for this long because it's just been so hot in my helmet. Needed to cool off. It's a hot day out. Very hot. Hot. That's going to go yellow, and I cannot make an excuse of running that yellow. However, because I am relatively close to King Street, where I normally cut it off, and I don't know what else I'm going to talk about for the rest of this ride, that's where you guys are going to get cut until I'm on my way home. So, bye. Darn, I'm going to be way behind Chris. Might be able to cut. No, I won't catch up to him now. Not with getting stuck at this light, too. Guy's driving a little aggressive. I get it. Today was a good day at work, actually, for first time in a bit. Shout out to Chris for just genuinely making days at work much more chill. Because I just, enjoy working with Chris. She's just a cool guy. This Honda does not want to go fast. I think today's just going to be a quiet ride home, I'm just enjoying the vibe. I had a good chat on the way into work, but I'm just hitting every damn red. It ain't my day. It's what I get for trying to take a weekend. Oh. And that's what I get for complaining. It goes green. Brilliant. Sorry, I just totally blew past the mic, so I was trying to get a hair out of my face. Oh, nice, the CRV's moving. there's a nice Sub. Love that color. Not a wilderness trim though, I don't think. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the ROG keyboard has fallen off yet. Yep, still on there. It's the first time I've had to transport something that didn't fit in my saddlebags. Glad I carried that ratchet strap. Something tells me that large square ROG box is impacting my aerodynamics ever so slightly. I feel my ass end being a little bit wiggly. Just a little bit. Very so slightly. But I can feel that difference. I only hope that it's aerodynamically connected to my goddamn fucking vehicle. Because if I lose that fucking keyboard, I'll be so mad. It's not even mine. It's for a friend. Shout out, Riley, you're finally getting a good keyboard, assuming it's still right here. Oh, thank God. I couldn't feel it. I almost had a heart attack there. It's like, man, I'm gonna have to turn around. Is that at the side of the road? I don't think so. No way they're throwing out both those things. Not that I need either of them. Who doesn't love a Power Wheels cop car, though? Nice. Now that was a good timed green. Finally, everything's coming up, Chloe. Big slab of a bug. I just cleaned it off too. I realized I forgot to switch that this morning too. After I filled up on gas, I didn't spin it. So I'll just have to be in my head remembering I need to get about 300, then I fill. Because I get reserve from about 150. I hit reserve. But that's also the last time I ride pretty aggressive, so I probably dump quite a bit of gas, you know? And it's carbureted, it's not fuel efficient. Dual carburetors. Simultaneous fuel inefficiency. But hey, they're dirt simple to fucking fix. What's up, bro? He looked at me like he heard me. But there's no way he did. But I'll pretend he did. That was a good stop. Wilhelm Cemetery, yeah? Oh, Wilhelm, yeah, I know Wilhelm. He is just the best, yeah? And he has that iconic scream, you know, yeah? I don't feel like this song. I need something bumping right now. Oh, Desperado Love. That makes me feel good riding in a cruiser. Desperados do. Not a desperado, love for you. Well, anyways, guys, I don't know how much of this footage I'll use. I'm starting to get more boring rides that are a little too repetitive. And if I'm not speaking on them, what's the point? And if nothing interesting happens. So I'm going to slow down a little bit with the ride footage being uploaded just cuz. So, yeah, that's all. If I upload this one, hope you enjoyed, and if I didn't, bye me.